Hi, my name is Kayson Tang from your Period 5 AP Bio class, and this is my presentation on Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia. Now, as an introduction, let's start with how it's discovered. So, in the 1900s, there was a Swedish doctor by the name of Jan Gustav Waldenstrom. And now, one day, while he was looking at a patient, he discovered common problems at the time like headaches and weakness. But when he took a sample of their blood, it turned out to be really thick. And that's when he discovered a new type of cancer that was later named after him, Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia. So, Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia, which we'll shorten to WM for now, is essentially a type of lymphoma or a type of cancer in the immune system. Now, this cancer is specifically due to a mutation in the tumor suppression gene MYD88, whose job is basically to slow down mitosis or cause apoptosis. This mutation is still being researched at the moment, but it's currently due to a deletion in part of chromosome 6 or a defect in translocation. But this mutation causes white blood cells, and in this case, B cells produced in bone marrow, to grow abnormally out of control, and this abnormality leads to high levels of antibodies called LGM. And these two problems together basically make one's blood really thick or viscous. But WM is a pretty rare cancer affecting only around 1,500 people per year in the US, which is only about 2% of all blood cancers. And like cancer, it's not inherited, but when a parent with WM has this gene mutation or change in DNA for it, the child will most likely inherit this risk of DNA change. And with this DNA change, they have a greater risk of developing this cancer. Now, just a note, but if you're over 50 years of age and a white male who has hepatitis C, you are more at risk of developing this cancer. So if you want to prevent it, the only thing you can do now is to stop smoking if you do smoke. So the most common symptoms include weakness, loss of appetite, headaches, and vision problems. But these are just mild symptoms known as asymptoms. Now these are B symptoms, which are present in a more aggressive type of cancer, meaning you will have even worse symptoms, which include bleeding, weight loss and fever, or mild to severe skin itchiness. However, what truly makes this cancer really unique is that it causes hyperviscosity, where blood cells, and in this case LGM, builds up in the bloodstream, and the blood thickens, making it harder for blood to transfer throughout the body, which is generally what causes all these symptoms. The root cause of WM is a fault in autocrine cell signaling, like many other blood cancers. Research is still being done on the specific details of why such a fault happens, but essentially when faced with internal stimuli, the gene MYD88 gives instructions to RNA for the production of MYD88 adapter protein. And this produces mainly amino acid hormones called TLR7. And what these hormones do is connect proteins receiving cells from outside B cells to the proteins that relay signals inside the cells. And all this takes place in the immune system. So these signals given to nearby B cells will result in either stopping mitosis starting apoptosis. However, with WM, it's suspected that following the deletion of part of chromosome 6, the MYD88 gene is not produced, and that means cells in the immune system will keep undergoing mitosis, and eventually this overgrowth of cancerous cells will result in WM. Unfortunately, WM doesn't have a cure, but researchers and scientists are still trying to think of one. But hopefully in the future, with more scientific advancements, someone out there will find a cure. And thank you. This is my presentation on Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia.